Hello, Maine Fiddle Campers. I'm Jennifer Armstrong. I'm sorry I can't be with all of you in person this summer, but I'm glad to be with you here in the virtual reality we have available to us. The story I'd like to share with you today is called The Wooden Bucket, and it's my version of a well-known teaching tale. I'm going to start and finish it with a bit of a long dance or a set dance called The Hunt. Once upon a time, there was a bucket. How inadequate a statement. This bucket was a coopered wooden bucket made with skill and care, each cedar stave tapered and beveled to fit tight and true. White oak hoops sized to perfection held all the staves in place. No glue or putty marred the seams. Nothing extra was needed. The bucket was watertight and ready to go with a hemp rope handle just the right length. The farmer used that bucket every day. She carried it from the shed to the spring. She knelt and filled it with cold, clear water. She carried water to the goats in the barn. She carried water to the chickens in the coop. She carried water to the vegetables in the garden. And she carried water to the kitchen to fill the kettle for tea. The bucket was proud of all he accomplished with the farmer. Why, he was the farmer's right-hand man. The goats needed water to give milk. The hens needed water to lay eggs. The vegetables needed water to flower and fruit, and the farmer needed water to be happy and hydrated. Time passed. The bucket grew older. The bucket was bumped and dropped. It collected scrapes and dings and splinters. Its hemp rope handle frayed and was replaced by a leather one. The bucket began wishing he could sleep in some mornings. One day, the bucket noticed a small leak in his side. Oh, dreadful calamity! His job was to hold water. If he couldn't hold water, what was he? He was a used-up, useless failure, that's what he was. The bucket did everything he could to squeeze his staves tight together to stop that leak. He exhausted himself with effort and worry. No matter what he did, his leak grew larger. On a late summer afternoon, the farmer hung a bright, new, shiny pink plastic bucket in the shed next to the wooden bucket. "There," she said, "2 buckets to carry water." The wooden bucket filled with so many feelings, he thought he might burst and fall to the ground in a pile of kindling. Relief, horror, anguish, outrage, admiration, all tangled up in his heart. The bright, new, shiny pink plastic bucket flashed him a radiant smile and said, "Hey, Gramps, what's doing?" Day after day, both buckets were filled at the spring and carried to the barn, to the coop, to the garden, to the house. Day after day, the bright, new, shiny pink plastic bucket carried all her water without spilling a drop, and the wooden bucket dripped and sweated and worried every step of the way. One morning, halfway to the barn, the wooden bucket just couldn't go on. "Throw me away," he shouted to the farmer. "I'm no good. I can't carry a full bucket of water anymore like the bright, new, shiny pink plastic bucket can. I can't do what I was made to do." The farmer stopped in her tracks. She looked so tenderly at the wooden bucket. "My friend," she said, "you were made to bring water where needed, and so you do. You carry half a bucket of water to the goats, the hens, the vegetables, and you also water all the flower seeds I've planted along the path. Look." The farmer set the bucket down where he could see hundreds of snapdragons blooming in riotous colors all the way to the barn, the coop, the garden, and back to the house. Such a profusion of orange and yellow, purple and gold. The old wooden bucket wept. Oh, to have played a part in such beauty.